XRP to $5.55. That's another 400% impulsive leg. There you go,
Hey
right?
guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And yo, welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and XRP analysis video. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hi.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome back to the Mango Grove. Krisha, we are seeing that 4-day pullback that we discussed.
Oh, yes, sirree. But now question is, do we see continuation on this, right, Sean? So, well, on today's agenda, that's essentially what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin specifically on that daily time frame, see what's unfolding there. We're seeing a couple of very interesting things play out on the oscillators right now, right? So, we have a few ideas on what price could be doing here.
And you guys may not like what Krisha is about to show you guys.
But before we get into, well, the chunk of the analysis, I just want to let you guys know that Sean published a video on Solana yesterday, and I just watched it, and I found it extremely informative and educational. So for those of you who are actually looking to learn, definitely go ahead and check out that video. I will link it above, okay? So yeah, with that, Sean, let's first start off with the Mango dashboard, and then we get into the charts. Cool beans. Alrighty, so here we are, Mango dashboard on the daily time frame, and as you can see here, guys, Bitcoin USDT is currently neutral. This neutral trend change came to us 5 hours ago, and to an extent, I was doing some preliminary analysis, and I agree. I think it is in a neutral sort of zone. And depending on where it breaks, that could lead to the next volatile move for Bitcoin. Sean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I do agree. I'm looking at BTC DOM over here, and I'm loving these stickers over here on the top so much, because it's giving me, just by coming on over to the dashboard every morning, which is something I do every morning, right? I am automatically keeping an eye on the macro numbers that are important without having to go on over to TradingView, which is something I had to do every freaking morning after the dashboard. And it just, it was a little bit cumbersome to check Dixie, check US 30, check US 10-year. And now we're seeing what we need to see with one quick glance. And all I wanted to know was, hey, is Dixie holding its value? Is the 10-year going sideways? Is the US 10-year and 30-year going sideways? And that's what we're seeing, right? And now, most importantly, for today especially, BTC DOM ticking up. What does that tell me? It tells me that, hey Sean, if you have a thesis on all coins might be going, or rather, let's say, if I think that all coins might be going into a rally against Bitcoin, which I think they might be doing, right? Then every time I see BTC DOM tick up, well, I'm going to be looking at that as an opportunity to buy the dip on all coins, because all coins will be essentially going down, right, against Bitcoin. So the alt BTC pairings are probably going down. Do I have some sweat BTC? Do I want to be adding to my positions, etc., etc.? So as this ticks up, I'm getting more and more hungry for those trades.
Yeah, these are really, really cool notes to be taken, guys. This is how we sort of dissect the market. Because
Elena asked, how do you guys look at this? How do you guys tie into all of this, right? So
brilliant.
Elena, this is a quick answer to your question. It's not as in depth, but yeah, this is a quick answer to your question. If you guys are interested in like us dissecting this more and more, let us know and we will.
Yeah, we'll definitely publish more videos on how we really bring things together as far as the charts are concerned, Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin, as well as all of the other altcoins out there. So with this, Sean, are you ready to get on over to the charts?
Let's do it.
Coolio.
Did you notice that, by the way? That's a bug right there.
Yeah, no, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I noticed that. We'll have to fix that. By the way, guys, if you find any bugs on the dashboard, please feel free to PM either me or Sean, and we'll look into that ASAP. Right? Now here we are, Bitcoin USD on the weekly time frame. So far, I mean, it's too quick to make a call because it's only a Wednesday, right? We still have quite a few more days left on this candle before we close. We could close over, we could close below, and based on that, will we actually get the tell on what price wants to do. But I feel like the main picture right now, Sean, is being painted for us on the daily time frame, right? So if I just pan on over to the daily, dynamic is still green. We're still living over the op line, right? But let's go ahead and switch on those oscillators. Now, this is something that I brought to everyone's attention, right? Yesterday. Now, we were looking at the divergence play. Everyone was looking at the divergence play, but this has now turned into almost like a triple divergence, right? It's a bearish divergence. So we have a series of lower highs on the RSI, lower highs on the Stokes as well, and we are seeing a series of higher highs on price action. Now, please bear in mind that this has yet to trigger.
Bear in mind.
Okay, please please bear in mind that this bearish divergence has yet to trigger. We have to wait for that trigger. Sometimes it doesn't pay to jump the gun on things like this. Okay, look at it as almost insurance to waiting on that confirmation. Look at that as insurance to give you a better, more higher probable trade, right? Sean, what are your thoughts on this divergence play?
I think usually I would say, and I'm gonna say it now too, be very wary of playing bearish divergence in a bullish trend, and be wary of playing bullish divergence in a bearish trend, right? But over here we have something a little bit really aggressive, and we're likely to see some downside. But Krisha, what would be the trigger? Like, at what point would you say that, hey, this bearish divergence is triggered? I think you're looking for confirmation, because we are seeing some initial signs already that this bearish divergence is triggering. And now the question, in my opinion, is, do we see the entire pullback, or do we see a halfway pullback where this bearish divergence just gets picked up on the mid-level support by the bulls, right? Like, if this bearish divergence were to trigger, I'm pretty sure you're looking, well, you have a measured move over here. Look, you're looking at around $40,000, right?
Yes.
But what if it triggers and we see a pickup at the daily 21 EMA?
I mean, it could. Right now I'm paying more attention to the triple bearish divergence, and it's both on the RSI as well as on the Stokes.
and
And
you
I have
like
done
that.
and I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the divergences I freaking hunt for because of how well they play out, right? The probability, the winning rate on these kind of divergence plays is very high, in my opinion, and from my back testing. So I'll be waiting on that confirmation. I think if we get that confirmation, Sean, I think we're likely going to see that pullback. And let's not forget, yesterday we showed them that those higher time frame, charts, wherein even if Bitcoin sees that pullback back down to $40,000, we're still maintaining that structure. That bullish structure, guys, is still intact. Now, the real question here is, at what point does this divergence actually confirm? Right? And I think as soon as we start losing the green box territory, I'll be gunning for that. The green box territory to 21 EMA, that is going to be the main trigger.
I see.
Right? I think that will trigger the bearish divergence, at which point I will be looking for a swift move down to $40,000.
Okay, cool. That's fair. So essentially, you're saying that you have a more stringent trigger for your bearish divergence, where you're looking for the green box territory to break towards the downside, right? But at the same time, you're looking for bigger move, which is completely fair, because this entire uptrend over here would have essentially been negated, or rather been reversed, right? We'd have lost that uptrend, and then any retest of the green box territory would likely be a lower high, and we'd be looking for that move all the way down to that $40,000 level, provided that the 21 EMA also comes and lives above price, right? So essentially, I think what you're looking for is, we lose the green box territory, 21 EMA comes up somewhere around here, so we essentially do something like this.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that as a really good play. There's another play, right, that may happen if things happen a lot faster. Okay, and this is contingent on things happening faster than the way you described it. So if things happen a little bit more methodical, I would lean more towards your targets of around 40,000. However, if things happen fast, Krisha, there is a play where we actually come down really quick. Okay, test this horizontal right over here. I'm just going to go ahead and extend it. Okay, we're going to test these horizontals right over here. Okay, we bounce over there. Okay, we bounce over there. Essentially now putting in the RSI somewhere like this. Okay, but now think about what the RSI has done. This bearish divergence has triggered and it has flipped into another bullish divergence, right? Because we've not taken out these lows over here compared to this low over here. We get picked up at around 45,000, sorry, 44,000, and then we see that move towards the upside. So what does this tell us now? Okay, we have two plays over here, both completely viable. What this tells me, Krisha, is that it lines up with my thesis, or rather my plan from last week, where I said that any pullback now between the 44,000 region to 40,000 region, I'll be buying. So this is my buy zone here. I'll be looking to buy this entire zone, because remember, guys, my trade is on the monthly time frame, and as long as we close this month coming up, which is closing the next week, as long as we close this month, fine, I'm going to be looking to stick with my trend trade. And this is what the month is looking like, right? So this month needs to close anywhere, somewhere looking like this. Because if we see that play to around 44,000, and then we bounce to around 47,000, and even close there, this month is going to look fine, Krisha. It's monthly chart is going to look fabulous.
And I think that's very, 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 very important. Okay, the another reason why I'm very stringent on you know, this bearish divergence play, guys, is because of how that macro is looking right now. Because if you get on over to your monthly, guys, this is bullish. This is bullish price action. In fact, if I just take this yeah, I'm just gonna take this horizontal. I'm gonna use this guy.
Yeah, like we close here. It's
right.
It's
Come on. My goodness. Does that happen to anyone else?
It happens to me all the time.
So I'm going to zoom into this price action. All right. Adjust this one more time. Look at this wick low here. I can grab a horizontal right there, smack it right there, guys. So far this month of August, we are hovering over that region. We closed this month over that region. Once again, that is going to be a bullish candle. Okay, so what's important to understand on the monthly as well as that weekly time frame. Allow me to just fix my scale. This is an uptrend right now, right? We put in a high right here. We put in a low right here. We've officially taken out the high. This is looking to set in an uptrend. So that's where I'm leaning towards. Right now, the bulls appear to be in control. So even if we do see that pullback, the bulls have enough of a buffer room to pick it back up, allowing us to put in another higher low. That is what I'm gunning for. So far, the macro is telling me, hey, bulls are in control. Is that the momentum I want to be fighting against on the lower time frames? No, not really. Okay, and that's why I'm going to have very, very stringent zones for myself for me to actually take a bearish side to this trade right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stringent thing for myself is going to be, once again, I put on my that 21 EMA. I'm going to get rid of Sean's beloved scribbles. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, so I'm going to be looking for price to essentially lose that 21 EMA. Alrighty, at which point only then will I be looking for continuation down to $40,000. Would I turn bearish then? No, absolutely not, because the structure will still be intact on the weekly time frame, on those higher time frames. Remember, we're gunning for the next higher low.
Yep.
Right? Sean, any thoughts?
So what are these high level concepts? $44,000 to $40,000 region, the monthly closing above 46,500-ish. And most importantly, guys, remember, we talked about this 4-day resistance level, which is why I wasn't too eager, right, around here. 4-day resistance level, we're looking for that to play out, to see some resistance, which we essentially we saw yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then the question was, 4-day resistance plays out, and then the weekly time frame may see its follow through, because the weekly, Krisha, has not closed yet, right? We saw a great weekly close. We saw 4-day resistance. Now we saw the 4-day resistance play out. Now the question is, does the weekly close well? Yeah. And this weekly could close well if we see the follow through now of this daily candle. And Krisha, there's one thing that I want people to look at really, really closely, and I usually don't say this, is it's the 4-day time frame of the structure over here. You can use the dynamic as your guide. If we retake the dynamic level right over here and start living and start seeing multiple 4-day candle closes above the dynamic, then I'd be looking for this trend continuation to reverse. So essentially what you'd have is a break of your channel over here towards the downside, and then a reclaim, and we just continue the trend.
Boom. Bam. And we saw something very similar play out on when Bitcoin was sort of bottoming out on that 40K region,
these
right?
fake outs, right? Like Kusha, you pointed something out too, that all of these downtrends have essentially broken up. And now we're seeing something a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Right? You pointed this out.
So if we actually manage to see price bounce back up past the dynamic, past that green box territory, then there's a good chance that we see something very similar like this price action right here play out once again. Okay, at which point, if that is a falling channel that is formed, the signature so far on Bitcoin's chart is that the falling channel breaks to the upside. Okay, of course, that can get negated at any time, so vigilant and make sure you have your invalidation points in place. Cool beans. Sean, are you now ready to get on over to the altcoin of the day?
Yes, XRP. Let's do it.
Awesome. XRP. Now, guys, remember, if you want us to cover any of the altcoins that you are looking at, take this time to get down to the comments section and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. Now, here we are, Sean, XRP. But before we begin, guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, do not forget to, well, smash those likes because that helps us out a lot, right? So Sean, thoughts on XRP? You can see that I have been playing XRP now. With all these lines that I have on my chart. I absolutely love playing XRP because of how neat it is. Sean doesn't agree, right?
No, it doesn't fit my trading style, but I'm beginning to figure it out. Because each time I've played XRP, I've played it through the support, and the most successful I've been with XRP is when I'm playing support and resistance. Okay. Now, the reason for that is because its trend impulses are very aggressive.
Yes.
Right? So you play the trend, but you play it as an impulsive leg. Because if you try to play the beautiful trend, XRP is not going to give you that.
Yeah.
It's going to give you that. That's why you love it. Because you lean towards support and resistance.
Yes.
Right? And now, however, if I mix those concepts together, well, the dynamic over here, Krisha, each time, right? Just look at this way. Each time it flips green, you get at least one impulsive leg.
Yeah.
And those impulsive legs are serious moves. Like right over here, what was that? Freaking 400%, right? And then you miss out on that and you're like, no, I'm not missing out on that this time. We had a beautiful okay, so we reclaimed the dynamic over here.
Yes.
Okay. On the weekly, retested it, held it perfectly to the T, and now I'll be looking for the next impulsive leg. And Kusha, what are your thoughts on so you have a diagonal marked out over here. If we have that impulsive leg and we break that diagonal, because last time around you nailed that to the T, what happens this time if we break that diagonal? What are your targets? $5.55? Is that what I'm seeing over here? $5.55.
Pretty much.
Ooh,
pretty much.
XRP to $5.55. That's another 400% impulsive leg. There you go, right? That does line up. I do want to take a quick look at the lower time frames to see, are we seeing something happening in the near time? What are your thoughts on this, Krisha? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that this is a beautiful chart. You guys are looking for a nice, beautiful altcoin. Some of you would like to call XRP a shitcoin, but hey, it doesn't matter. Why? Because as long as you're able to make money from this, and this right now is looking super neat. Sean, this is a bull flag.
It's a bull flag.
Okay, it's a bull flag.
It's a bull flag.
You can see a very clear pole. There's a flag at the end. It's drawing out a symmetrical triangle so far. It's a bull flag.
So this is how I'm drawing it. You may not agree. Yeah, ascending triangle. In my opinion, you take those wicks over there, you take the candle close. I like this as an ascending triangle, which is more of a bull flag. In fact, let's go ahead and take this entire thing over here as a pole. Krisha, what do you think this points to? Is it gonna be 555? It's pointing to a break of the highs over here, which will then take us to $2.77 as the initial target. Man, I remember trading XRP when it was 17 cents.
Yes.
To think of it reaching 555 now, and it doesn't seem too long ago when it was 17 cents. I remember having friends buying at around 33 cents, and then the market dumped. Well, that was a great buy now, right?
Yeah.
We had just held on to 33 cents XRP. You're sitting at crazy prices now and more to come.
Yeah, as far as that triangle is concerned, now, of course, guys, the bull flag has yet to trigger. Okay, we can all get very excited by looking at this, but keep that on the DL because it has yet to trigger. Okay, Now, what I'll be looking for, yes, this could be looked at as an ascending triangle, and I feel like an ascending triangle would be the more conservative approach. And that's how usually, ascending triangles are compared to symmetrical, because yes, you can also draw out a symmetrical triangle just by looking at the wick highs. Right now, you will get triggered earlier, of course, on your trade if there's a break of the diagonal as opposed to the horizontal. However, if you want to play it more, if you want to have a more prudent approach, then definitely play the horizontal on this. But I'll say this. Yes, this is a bull flag. If we trigger, I'll be looking at the measured move of the pole. What makes this uber bullish is the fact that this is going to be a pattern play within a pattern play. Now, Sean already has the measured move of that drawn out for you, right? So let's go ahead and fix the scale, take it back up to the measured move. As you can see here, the measured move comes in at $1.94, right? Now, if I go back on over to my weekly time frame, and you notice that it breaks the diagonal, right? It breaks the diagonal, right? So the measured move of the bull flag, if it triggers, will break this diagonal. What's important about the diagonal is that the diagonal marks a neckline of a massive cup and handle formation as well. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Ooh.
Bada bing.
Okay, I
Bada
see
bing.
it. This is why. Okay.
So
Kusha was super excited about XRP.
Right. So Sean's like, okay, save the excitement. I want to hear it too. So this is what I'm seeing right now. And if we just go ahead and take the measured move, right, of this massive formation, plot it on the break.
$4?
This will take us to $4.
All right, let's do
$4 per XRP.
Long
Who is ready? The $5 target actually was before we actually saw that dump on May 19th. It was right before, and I was looking at the measured move as the whole as a rounded bottom like formation, right? Because then your measured move would suddenly would come up a bit more, which is also now rounded bottom is also a reversal pattern. However, what happened was we got rejected. It was a nice, clean, clear rejection, and we saw the pullback, right, on May 19th, along with everything else. And so now this has morphed into a cup and handle. However, guys, this has yet to trigger. We wait on the trigger as far as pattern plays are concerned. Anyone who front ran that this rounded formation back on May 19th, I mean, they got punished, right? So wait on that confirmation. Look at buying at a higher price as, like I said, an insurance that you pay to get a good, high probability winning trade. Okay.
Kusha, would you have said that this was a cup and handle right over here, since you're the pattern queen? Because it seems like we did have some sort of structure over here, maybe an inverted Adam and Eve. If you break it down onto the lower time frames, you could have looked at this as inverted head and shoulders too. Yeah. Right. It'll depend on then this neckline over here clearly got respected right over there. So now we could be doing something like this.
I think
and then like this, and then like this.
Yeah.
But this is the weekly time frame, so people are going to have to be patient.
Yeah, so be very, very patient. Have those invalidation points.
Don't be patient with XRP. It doesn't pay to be patient with XRP.
How about this?
We say that because we have to be responsible. But so yeah, be patient. But
God, look at this chart. It's so nasty.
But it doesn't pay to be patient with XRP.
But what was I going to say? As soon as when you look at bull flags and you're looking at symmetrical triangles, it pays to like catch them either at the bottom of the range with your invalidation point at the bottom of the range, as opposed to catching it somewhere in the middle, because then there's a lot of emotions that these kind of trades can trigger when you're playing a very, very broad, very long, drawn out range. Now this symmetrical triangle from the top to the bottom is a good 15%. Imagine catching a bid here, right? If it goes and if you're caught on the wrong side, then it gets very uncomfortable very fast. Even though your trade idea might have been right, just sitting tight in your trade becomes hard. So that's just one tip for you guys, to catch it on critical levels, like either the bottom of the range or when we have that breakout.
Yeah. Don't forget to play your own emotions as well, right? Try to make it as simple as simple as possible for you to be able to execute your trade, right? Because you got to see it end to end. And if you put yourself in a trade that just does not fit your personality, it gets that much more difficult and it's not sustainable in the long run. So play your personality, which is why I don't believe that copying other people's trades works, because it won't fit your personality.
Yeah.
Right? Don't shadow people's trades. You got to play your own personality.
Boom. Now, this is all we have for you guys for today. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.